Hello, my name is Jimmy, and thank you for joining me in this 455 horsepower wagon. Yup, it's quick. The 2024 Volvo V60 T8 Polestar engineered. This, well, it's the last of its kind, because you can't even get a V60 with the B6 or B5 engine anymore. Only the T8 Polestar engineered is offered. You can still get the cross country, but that's not really a wagon, depending on who you ask. But this $80,000, well, plug-in hybrid is a very rare vehicle because there's not a lot of wagons left, and there's not a lot of plug-in hybrids that's available. And with 60 odd kilometers of pure EV range, it actually is quite sensible. And don't think, oh, at $80,000 that's so much money. I mean, yes, it is, but it's also $14,000 less than the XC60 T8 Polestar engineered. So you save a lot of money here. There's some real consumer advice on this channel. But let's be honest, you're not going to be buying this because you're saving money. $80,000? Yeah, if you really wanted to save money, you're going to get a RAV4 Prime, an Outlander. Let's be honest, those are the vehicles you're going to buy to save money because, well, the overall cost is going to be less than this. This is going to be for the wagon enthusiast. This is going to be for someone who enjoys something different. This is for the person who goes to the pub and doesn't just get what's on the menu because it's special. And that's why we love it. It doesn't make sense to buy this car. For a lot of people, it does not make sense. I was just at a friend's house. He wanted this, but he was like, you know what? It just doesn't make sense. For like $20,000, $30,000 more than a RAV4 Prime, it's just, well, a better financial choice. However, there are some of us who don't think like that. There are some of us who don't think about financial decisions like that. There are some of us, well, who goes with what the heart feels first. And if you're one of those people, this is definitely one to consider. Because the V60, there's just so much love here. You got these beautiful Olin dampers that's very adjustable. You can have it comfort. You can have it a little bit more sporty if you want. But unlike a lot of vehicles where it's a button inside to change the dampers, well, on the front here, you can, well, pop open the hood and adjust them. But for the rears, you gotta lift up that rear end, pop the cap off the top of the strut to adjust them. Who's gonna be doing that? Not your average buyer. It's going to be an enthusiast. That's why this car's not for everyone. And that's totally fine. It's totally fine. Because someone's going to take care of this, and we really need to. Because with 455 horsepower and 523 pound-feet of torque, you need someone, well, who can kind of wrangle this kind of power. Now, I'm not saying it's rowdy or anything like that. Driving it in pure or even in hybrid mode, it feels like a normal car. It's quite soft, it's quite quiet, and just, well, it's normal. It's your typical Volvo. It's only when you put your foot down, that's when things go a little bit more mad. I do have to say there are some negatives. First, steering feel. It's very light, and even if you have the steering wheel at the firm position, which I do have, yeah, it's more firm, but there's no more feel to it. You don't know what's exactly happening. And because the vehicle does weigh a decent sum, it's just not as confident as I would personally like around corners. I can push it, but I just don't know how much more I can push it. And that can be scary. On the flip side, when you're on the highway though, you turn on the pilot assist, and that's amazing. It's basically hands-off driving. It keeps the lane really well as the distance of the vehicle in front. You can like semi take a nap in here and the vehicle will just do, 80% of the driving. Not that it really does, disclaimer, not saying you should do this. You should not sleep while driving. But it's a very safe vehicle. And because it's a safe vehicle, that also leads me to some other downfalls. You don't have a traction control off button. You can't have fun in this. There's a speed limit that it's set at that you can't take off. I forgot exactly how much. I think it was like 130 miles per hour or something like that. I mean, it's fine, let's be honest, for most people. But if you're going to be, really enjoying this on the track, maybe, you can't really enjoy it fully on the full straight. This has been the most difficult vehicle to review because a very big part of me loves this car because it's a wagon, because it looks amazing and it has plenty of power. But there's also a side of me that says this doesn't make sense. If this wasn't the Polestar engineered, it was just a plain T8 and it was, less money than this, that would make more sense because, well, that would just be a plug-in hybrid. It's like a performance car, but it's not. It's trying to do so much, but it can't do everything at the same time. And that's really the downfall of this vehicle. However, like I said, right at the start, doesn't matter. If you love wagons, you don't have a lot of options. I think in Canada, this is probably the cheapest wagon that you can buy. Because, RS6, Taycan, Panamera, E63, yeah, you're looking close to 200,000 Canadian, if not more, for those vehicles. So, if you love a wagon and you have to buy new, this is it. This is it. Leave an F in the comments for wagons because, well, I think 2024 will probably be one of the last years we'll get one of these. In any case, thank you so much for watching. Like this video if you do. Subscribe if you want to see more. And we'll catch you later. Take care.